Kamera läuft. Moin. Wir reagieren heute auf ein Video von But True. Ja, ich werde wahrscheinlich Englisch sprechen, weil es ein englisches Video und wenn ich da Deutsch rede, fühle ich mich irgendwie komisch. Und falls ihr euch fragt, woher ich diese coole Cappy habe, ich war bei der Tuning World in Friedrichshafen. Ja. Weil ich ihn geschaut habe, wollte ich halt animieren, falls ihr das Video gesehen habt. Also den Short. Ja. Ja. Let's get into it.
So I stand back up and I'm like, crash because you can't control your alcohol. I'm gonna get f***ed up too. Jumping.
Oh, wait. Didn't have some.
So I stand back up and I'm like, crash because you can't control your alcohol. I'm gonna get f***ed up too. Jump into the back seat to stop her because, bro. Now we get into the alleyway. She pulls down her. Instead of spending Saturday night at home watching Key and Peele like I probably should have done, I was riding around the streets of the suburbs with my friend Aaron while getting drunk in my car. I know, right? I'm so responsible. Technically, I actually was responsible in this situation because at this point, I hadn't had anything to drink. In fact, I didn't know it at the time, but I wouldn't have anything to drink that entire night. Can you imagine not being able to do that one thing that you went outside that night to do? What was supposed to be a very simple night ended up being a night where so much happened. For no reason. As I said earlier, me and my friend Aaron from work are sitting in my car. He gets a message on his phone from one of our coworkers. We're gonna call her Penelope. She hits him up and asks, hey, what are you and Deshante doing? Now, she only sent this message because she was at work with us earlier and overheard us talking about planning something tonight. At the time, we thought a third person joining us for the night would be kind of fun, so we encouraged her to come. My only hiccup was, you got two guys driving around the suburbs, alcohol in their car, massively Republican neighborhood, you got a black straight dude, you got a white gay dude, so we're both minorities, and on top of that, we're gonna be cruising with a 5'3" girl, so neither one of us had a problem with her joining in particular, but we did understand that we already had way too many mods installed. On top of that, I could not remember a single time that she was nice to me at work. Kinda treated everybody on the staff like they were idiots. But we both figure, worst case scenario, things don't go as planned, we can just drop her back off at the house, no big deal. And before you send that stupid ass comment, yes, I hang out with gay people. I don't think of them as any less than just fucking people. If you've got room for that kind of hate in your life,
Yeah. I got no problem with that.
you can leave now. So she sends us her address, we go and pick her up, three of us are sitting in the car, talking about how much work sucks, I guess. After a while of just like mainly listening while me and Aaron talk, Penelope grabs a White Claw. I don't think much of it because that's what we came here to do after all. In fact, looking back at it, everybody who worked that job had a slight drinking problem. Which now that I think of it, that sounds like an actual problem. Somebody should really look into that. At the front of my mind, I don't really care that she's drinking right now. But at the back of my mind, I don't know how alcohol is going to affect her, since I've never seen her do it before, and quite honestly, she didn't really seem like the kind of person to drink at all. Now, Aaron rolled one like 20 minutes before she even got in the car, so my guy is toasted right now. When you're in your early 20s and you get toasted, where the f*** else is there to go besides your local 7-Eleven? And this, my boy, is where the plot thickens hard. As we're pulling up to the gas station, something tells me to check the rearview mirror. When I check the rearview mirror, I see Penelope. She's sitting in the back looking back at me through the mirror. She sees me see her and starts grabbing at her shirt. Actually, hold on, because this is unbelievable. Yo, it's your boy. What is the craziest thing you remember Penelope doing that night?
Holy shit. Oh, I remember her being like topless or something at some point during the night. Was it in your car?
In my car.
Like, You don't even know I was horrible.
So I park the car and jump into the back seat to stop her because, bro, this is not the freaking bang bus. I grab the bottom of her shirt, start pulling it back down where it belongs, and she starts trying to kiss me. Got a girlfriend, Brody, what are you doing? While I'm back there with her, I look at the case of White Claw that I put behind the passenger seat. Yo, the box only has 2 cans in it. Meaning, she's probably consumed about 3 because I remember 5 being in there in total. So I stand back up and I'm like, you been doing a bit of drinking tonight?
No shit.
Right, because what I don't understand,
No shit.
1, how'd you drink 3 White Claws that fast? And 2, how the hell did they kick in that fast? And 3, why are you touching me right now? Aaron peeks into the back seat and he's like, guys, please do not ruin my high. So we head into the 7-Eleven, non-sponsored. I just really fuck with 7-Eleven, by the way, they have good shit. So we walking into the store and I realize, he's high, she's drunk, I'm sober. So I immediately buy myself a bottle of alcohol because I'm gonna get f***ed up too. Because ever since the age of 16, it's always been me who's responsible for keeping these lunatics safe every time they get high or drunk. Maybe I want to be the baby this time. I have the features for it. Pretty darn cute, right? And the cashier does not look very happy right now. Because the way Penelope was acting, we might get kicked out at any second.
Buy your shit and fuck off!
So we buy our shit and fuck off. Aaron had a once blissful high that has now been ruined by this girl. So we load her into the car, we stay outside, and we think of a brilliant strategy. Yeah, this girl is kind of pissing me off and she needs to go home. That's my strategy.
Dude, we can't drop her off now. We haven't even been out for an hour yet.
Alright, we're gonna take her to get some food, and then maybe she won't be as drunk by the time she's done eating. Now, the only place open on this side of Chicago in a town like this is gonna be White Castle. So we're on the way, and she's in the back seat, spazzing the absolute fuck out. Like, just screaming at the top of her lungs, yo, you guys are being so fucking lame, you need to be getting lit right now. And I hate calling people a liar, but I really do not think she was all that drunk. 3 White Claws, and you turn this way within the span of 20 minutes, are you kidding? She leans up and tries to touch my hair and is all in my face, trying to kiss me again. I'm trying to lean forward and out of this girl's reach because I'm not gonna crash because you can't control your alcohol.
She's playing with your hair because I feel like
It's
white guys like touching your hair is like, you know, I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, it's screaming racist a little bit.
Yeah, like I don't want to say that to the racist, but you know, like, it's screaming racist.
Out of nowhere, I feel a sharp sting in the back of my head. I'm thinking, no the f*** this girl did not. I pull her hand closer just to confirm my suspicion. When I look in her hand, I see a giant clump of my hair. She's in the back seat, waving this fucking thing around as if she has something to celebrate right now. I just keep driving and looking straight ahead because I know for a fact that if I pull over this car, I'm either gonna leave her on the side of the road or I'm gonna punch her in the mouth. 6'4" black nigga, I'm gonna be guilty either way, no matter how the cops look at it, honestly. And part of me feels like she knows that, and that's why she's trying to get away with as much as she possibly can right now. We get her to the White Castle. Past midnight, nobody's allowed inside, but the drive-thru is still open, so we go to the drive-thru. This girl has pissed me off so much that every time she interacts with me, I have to sing my happy song in my head.
By the way, not gonna eat anything.
I'm more awake at night. Welcome to White Castle. How may I help you at 2 o'clock in the morning for some reason? Yeah, sorry. Can I have 2 waters, please?
Tell her I have to pee.
Also, is there any way you could let my friend inside to use the bathroom? Sorry, but we would not be allowing people inside. You're either gonna have to hold it or drink it. So did you want me to cancel those 2 waters? Water is one of the best ways to get somebody to stop being drunk once they've drank too much. So we ask her, hey, can you drink some of this water?
No.
Can you please drink some of this water?
Nope.
So that's when Aaron and I decide to work together to father-son Kamehameha this shit down her throat. The back of my car was absolutely ruined, and so was my spirit.
She got out of the vehicle, which already like kind of irked me. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because apparently she had to pee, which I'm like, yeah, that's fine, go ahead and pee. I mean, they're not gonna let us in the White Castle. Tells me she needs me to come with her, which is kind of understandable because it was really dark that night. She jets out into like the darkest alleyway she possibly can to do this thing. So I get out of the car to go with her because I know for a fact you're not gonna do it because you're just visibly pissed off right now. We get into the alleyway, she pulls down her underwear and stuff, and instead of squatting to pee like I've seen several women do, she sat down straight ass to concrete and proceeded to pee all over her hands and legs. And she is absolutely okay with bathing in her own urine. This is easily one of the most gross things I've ever seen in my life. She stands up and is trying to get back into the car. Bro, you've got piss on you. And we have no soap, no water, no sanitizer, so I had to make ends meet. So the bottle of alcohol I had earlier, I had to pour it all over her hands and legs because she was getting ready to touch my door.
Oh yeah, she was about to fucking raw dog that shit. Motherfucker, like not wash her hands and then get back into your car.
This is easily one of the craziest story times I've ever made. And believe me, it does get crazier, but I recently had some guy approach me and say,
I don't think your stories are real because too much crazy stuff happens in them.
so even in this story, we had to leave certain elements out of it just to keep it.
Boy, fucking crazy things happened in my life. And I'm on this planet for just 12 fucking years. So much can happen in this time, boy. Like this. My bike cut my leg. My fucking leg. It cut it like so, and then I didn't feel it, and I looked down. Oh, I'm wounded. Wow. It didn't fucking hurt.
Believable. So I really do hope that this story in itself is digestible for you because I will never get to tell the full thing. Maybe.
We watch another video. But which should we watch? Which watch? What the?
The girls turned on some music and started dancing.
You're gonna end up cheating on her.
She's in the passenger seat drinking like a fish right now. I get the strangest idea that our day is about to get a little more interesting. Believe it or not, this crazy-ass story actually happened on one of the slowest days that I had ever experienced, working for the coffee shop that shouldn't and will never be named in my videos because I don't want to get sued. Throughout the day, we had been trying to do things to keep ourselves busy so that we didn't get too bored. And for those of you who know which coffee shop I worked at in particular, you might be wondering exactly why the hell did this place of all places have no customers coming in. I mean, after all, it is one of the most profitable businesses in America. And that's because around that time, it was labeled as America's deadliest year. We were in the middle of a global pandemic, aka freaking crisis mode, and nobody wanted to leave their house because they had a fear of getting the Black Plague Part 2. Leaving streets...
Oh yeah, we have a new virus. The Hunter virus. Comes from a cruise ship. Yeah. And the cruise ship docked on in Spain. Ah, hell no. Wait. 3 countries to reach Germany, where I live, in fucking Munich, or around Munich, but I'm not gonna tell you anything where I live.
relatively empty. We were so dead as a business, and I had so much time on my hands that I even volunteered to clean the women's bathroom, which for some reason is 10 times grosser than the men's. After I finished wiping down the counter, I look over to my buddy Joshua. I knew I was bored, he knew he was bored. And if you've ever had a coworker like me or Joshua on your shift, you know that there's not a such thing as being bored for a super long time. People like him are like a literal freaking godsend. Me and him would spend hours on shift just goofing off trying to make people laugh. So when he...
My friend Adam is just like this. Just like this. I don't see much, but he's exactly like this.
sees me looking at him, I get the strangest idea that our day is about to get a little more interesting. So he gathers everybody in front of the bar. He's like, yo, team meeting. I don't want to sound stupid or nothing, but like, I don't know, we could get a little tipsy and help the time pass by.
I don't know. We're at work right now.
Yeah, we could get fired if we get caught.
But what do you think, Drew? I'm down if you're down.
I'm down, but like, I'm only down to do it if we're being extremely careful about it because we all could get fired for this.
Good thing our boss isn't here. That lady would be super pissed if she found out.
I'll join, but I won't drink much.
Which, of course, was a completely different tune than what she would actually go on to do. You see, Charlotte was your basic Florida girl. In fact, this story time takes place when I used to live in Florida, and everybody lived every single day of their lives like it was a party. They all cash out me some money for the drink run, which brings us to about $80 to blow on drinks. Because for some reason, it was my job to secure the alcohol, and against my will, Charlotte insists that she be the one to come with me because she knows more about alcohol than I don't. Which I'm not gonna deny, at the time I was a relatively new drinker. But oh my god, did I not want this girl to come with me in the first place. Charlotte had a little bit of a history of being super lewd towards me in the workplace, so being in any confined space with her for more than 3 minutes drove me crazy. We get to the store eventually, and I give her my card. I let her know that her limit is $80, and if she goes over that limit, the only thing that's going to be coming back to the store with me are her teeth. So she gets all the drinks, and we're leaving when I ask her, just curious, why all these drinks specifically?
Trust me, these go down easier since you don't drink a lot, and they're easier to mistake for juice or water, you know, in case a boss or a customer walks in.
Which was actually a really cool move on her part, not gonna lie. It is really sweet that she would center everything that we drink around that night around the premise that I don't drink and I don't like the taste of alcohol that much. She wanted to make sure I didn't throw up. I appreciate it. Do that kind of stuff for your friends, man. You guys suck. I've been out drinking with people, and I've woke up in a pool of my own vomit, completely alone. That's really sweet of you.
Thanks. Now the trick is gonna be getting this into the store.
Vomit, yeah. I vomited yesterday. From Tuning World, we drove back. We were going to McDonald's. I don't want to get. I just don't gonna say it. The dude with the M store with the burgers. And just had my tasty bacon and Sprite with dragon fruit. Yeah. Then I felt an urge to vomit. And then I just took my drinks out to my father, just let them there, ran to the bathroom, bit of burger still in my cheeks. I ran to the bathroom. Yeah, second time. Then we drove further. I had to vomit again. And again. Yeah. Then we drove further, and then it was good. But it was still. Yeah.
Without being seen.
You know, actually, I do have a bag in my car from when I used to do Uber Eats and Postmates. It's black and nobody can see through it, so no one's gonna know what we're bringing into the store. Granted, we did go out to have a good time. I totally get that. But can anybody tell me why this girl decides that what she's gonna do is open alcohol and start drinking immediately? Now, we've been in the car for all of 7 seconds, and mind you, do you know how much trouble you can get in for having open alcohol containers in your car? If a cop pulls you over and sees that, you will get arrested and go to prison. Actually, wait, no,
Yeah, in Germany, the cops are way chiller. They are so chill. I mean, you can drink in public as much as you want, and it gives no limit. But when you are drunk and are driving, then they're not so chill. But the other times are very chill. Yeah.
I think you'll probably just get a ticket. She is in the passenger seat drinking like a fish right now. I'm like, bro, it's alcohol. It cannot taste that good for you to be drinking it like that.
No, it's easy. It tastes like sparkling water. I'm gonna give you one. I wanted to try and down this whole can.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. I still have to drive us back to the store. So, you know, I'm not really sure if that...
It's like right down the block and it's one can.
I hate to say it, but I folded. I was thinking it's only one can, so what's the worst that could happen? Alcohol usually tastes like shit, but for some reason this time, it wasn't half bad. And now I've been drinking White Claw ever since, which is a drink that is universally hated by many people, but I don't care, it tastes good. So we pull off and start heading back to work. I look over at her.
You can write it in the comments, but does it give White Claw in Germany? I don't know. Because I don't drink. I'm 12. Well, maybe later. But I don't want to. Because, yeah, I don't want to get addicted.
And she is still drinking. Bro, didn't she say that she wasn't even gonna drink a lot? She's gonna be drunk before we even get to the store. We get like outside the store and I'm grabbing the alcohol to put into my delivery bag. And she's already blown through half of one of the cases. Charlotte, are you drunk right now?
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. It tastes so good. It makes it kinda easy to drink them.
I'm not even trying to party poop at this point. We didn't buy a bunch of alcohol for her.
Why does she sound Russian? I don't want to be racist, but she sounds Russian. I can do Russian accent, but I don't want to because I don't want to be racist. I can do Sächsisch accent also, but I don't want to.
Not to drink, so I'm not gonna get super upset that she is drunk. But Brody, time and place. I open the car door and I start bagging all the stuff that we bought. We start walking towards the building and I notice that Charlotte is not walking towards the building. She is stumbling towards the building. I immediately put my hands on her shoulders and walk her in a straight line, reminding her, you need to keep it together until we're inside the building. I manage to get her inside safely, give Joshua the bag, and he looks at the stuff we brought with the most devious look on his face. He knew what he was about to go in there and do. Extra spiked lemonade. Who wants to get wasted? He hands me a cup and I take...
Damn, it's me like when I make some drinks. Yeah, I have a crazy story. On the birthday party of my friend... Oh, no, he's not my friend anymore because he's an asshole. I call him Dick Cheese Jr. So Dick Cheese was having his birthday party and I had soda, lemon soda. So I had my glass and he had sprinkles and food color. So I put the food color and the dino sprinkles in my soda. What you gonna think? it tasted like shit? No, it didn't taste like shit. It just tasted like just normal lemonade. Lemon soda. You know what I mean? You know? I don't know how, but it tasted exactly the same as before. I don't know how, but it did.
One sip from that thing? That was delicious. So at this point, everyone is drinking, and I'm already feeling tipsy. The girls turned on some music and started dancing. I just feel myself losing it a little bit more. Yo, I'm about to become real useless real soon. I need to start doing some work while I still can. So I wobble my way over to the cups in a really sad attempt to restock. I mean, I think I'm doing fine at this point, but before I know it, the cups are all over the ground. Melissa and Charlotte are in the corner just freaking clowning me right now. That's exactly what are you guys laughing at?
Oh, it's nothing. Just keep doing your thing.
We all stopped what we were doing immediately. The girls turned off the music and we were all just focused on the tapping of the door. With only a little over an hour until close, who could be knocking at this time? We all felt like we knew the answer, but all of us were too afraid to say anything. What if it was a customer? What if it wasn't? And if it's not a customer, there's only one person it could be. The boss. We couldn't stand around staring at each other waiting to be rescued forever. The room starts to fill itself with excuses.
I've been drinking a lot. I can't.
I don't care if it's a customer or the boss. I'm also too drunk.
Brody, I spilled the fucking cups. Don't look at me. I can't do anything right now. Relax, I'll do it myself. He walks away to prepare himself to open the door. I do a quick scan to make sure there's no alcohol left out. I give him the signal, and then I went back to restocking. Hello, how are you, sir? What can I get for you? Sorry. The customer orders a drink and I rush to the back to make it for them. Josh gets the guy's money and the girls find something to pretend to clean, I guess. Whole time I'm back there making the guy's drink, I'm dropping shit and mixing the ingredients, and the customer looks over and asks me, are you okay? Bro, I'm so okay that it isn't even fair to everybody else because of how okay I am and how okay they're not. Now, I don't know exactly what I said, but it was something really dumb along those lines. I mean, I was expecting to have fully failed after saying that, but he just looked at me and said, huh, I kinda like that. After I give the guy his drink and he leaves the store, we spend the next 20 minutes just laughing and drinking some more, while my coworkers point out the sheer absurdity in what I said to him. We've already locked up the building at this point, and we only have about 3 minutes until we have to leave.
Guys, I'm having so much fun. I kinda don't wanna go home.
So we all agreed to go to a local bar after work. The only hiccup being is that Melissa and Charlotte do not have cars, which wouldn't usually be a problem, but Charlotte is still at least a little bit tipsy at this point. If we're alone and she flirts with me while we're sober, then you can bet your sweet ass she's gonna be trying to flirt with me while we're the only two people in my car. But I couldn't exactly just leave without her, cause she needs to come with me to be a good friend. Claiming that she's been sensing some kind of romantic energy between Joshua and Melissa and wants to give them some alone time on the way there. I am many things, a degenerate being one of them, but I'm no cockblock. We're in my car and the bar is 10 minutes away. I'm starting to come down. I'm not really drunk anymore at this point, so I figured she wouldn't be drunk either since all the alcohol is in Josh's car. I'm like, all right, say less. This is going to be a normal-ass car ride, no curveballs, no nothing. And I get to enjoy that piece for all of about 15 seconds, until my ears are cursed, of course, with the crisp sound of... Bro, tell me why Charlotte is still drinking. Brody, give yourself a break. So I tell you what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna move the car. Driving once with open alcohol in the car is an issue. Driving twice with open alcohol in the car is a problem. I need to come down after spending a significant part of my day being intoxicated. So we're gonna sit here for a little while, okay? Bitch, do you understand what I'm trying to say to you right now? I mean, at this point, I'm hoping that at the very least I can get her to play a little follow the leader with me on this one, or that she'll finish that last White Claw before we take off.
So, are you dating anyone right now?
Thanks for asking. Yes, I am.
Yeah. My father just couldn't, because he's working on our car. He needed a cable. It sucks.
Not cheating on her.
What?
You're gonna end up doing what boys do. You're gonna get drunk one day and go out with a girl and completely forget about her. Trust me, guys do it all the time.
Yeah, you're gonna have to miss me with that because I really don't see that happening.
Who knows? You might end up cheating tonight. You're gonna end up cheating on her.
Somehow I really don't see that happening.
What?
Oh yeah. You're gonna end up doing what boys do. You're gonna get drunk one day and go out with a girl and completely forget about her. Trust me, guys do it all the time.
Yeah, you're gonna have to miss me with that because I really don't see that happening.
Who knows? You might end up cheating tonight.
Like I said, somehow I really don't see that happening.
Oh yeah? Joshua told me you're a food guy? What do you think of this?
She takes off her shoes and her socks and puts her feet on my dashboard right in front of me.
You can touch them if you like.
Yo, who the raised you? Charlotte, you must be more
Yeah,
drunk
I
than I
got it.
thought if you think I'm gonna touch your nasty, sweaty feet after a 7-hour shift of you wearing the same shoes. If you're gonna try and manipulate... Your goal is to get me to cheat on my girlfriend. I mean, I honestly gotta know at this point, are you crazy or just stupid? Needless to say, I dropped her off at the bar with our friends and drove straight home. And do you want to know the first person that I told about this experience? That's right, you guessed it, my girlfriend. And do you know who is the main reason that I don't work at that company anymore? At least be subtle about it. Why would you outwardly tell me that your goal is to get me to cheat on my girlfriend? I mean, I honestly gotta know at this point, are you crazy or just stupid? Needless to say, I dropped her off at the bar with our friends and drove straight home. And do you want to know the first person that I told about this experience? That's right, you guessed it, my girlfriend. And do you know who is the main reason that I don't work at that company anymore? That's right, you guessed it again. Charlotte. And oh boy, trust me, I've seen her do a lot worse.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.